Hi, YouTube family. Auntie is here. I'm your auntie of pop culture. Okay, no curls, but big hair and scoop is what we got. It's not cute, not knowing, and let's give a hug because you know what? With the world that we live in today, I just feel it's important to give more love because there's so much craziness out here. I got a lot of stuff for you guys. Honk for Jesus, save your soul. People either like this movie or they hate it. It stars Regina Hall, Sterling K. Brown, about pastor and first lady. They have this mega church and they lose it over a sex scandal. It's meant to be a dark comedy. Jordan Peele and Daniel Kaluuya, the Oscar winner, they're the executive producers. But have you ever noticed, child, you can't make no jokes about the church because people will they'll either like it or love it. Some people say it's the worst thing they ever saw. Some people, they say, I want my money back. One particularly funny scene is when Regina Hall and Sterling K. Brown were in the car rapping and singing to Knuck If You Buck, which is a funny song anyway. But when they got into it, but people either loved it or hated it. What did you think? It is streaming now on the Peacock and it's in theaters. But also, should people not make any jokes about the church? Is the church untouchable? We all know that snooty person who looks at you like you're, like you're a sinner. You are a sinner. Or people that are hypocritical. Well, there's hypocrites everywhere. But what do you think? I think people do not like church jokes or the church being seen in that matter. Honk for Jesus, save your soul, streaming now. We are less than a week away from the debut of Sherri Shepherd's talk show, Jennifer Hudson's talk show. Sherri is going to come on at 10 a.m. She's going to take over that Wendy Williams spot. Jennifer Hudson with Jennifer right after. Who are you looking forward to most seeing? And how do you think it's going to be? All eyes are going to be on these two ladies. Who Killed Michael Jackson? It airs tonight on Fox. I had a chance to interview Harry Levin, TMZ. In 2009, it was when TMZ announced that he had been dead. And how did they know before anyone else? Because originally people thought that Michael Jackson had a heart attack, but they knew the background. They talked to Michael's ex-wife, Debbie Rowe, who worked for Conrad Murray. She didn't work for Conrad Murray. She worked for the Klein doctor. She wishes that she had stepped in. They had the two children with Michael Jackson, Debbie Rowe. She married in 1984. They had the two kids. She worked for one of the doctors. Apparently, remember the Pepsi commercial where Michael filmed it and he got burnt? He got burnt worse than people thought. Well, it was during that period that he became addicted to opioids. I don't think people back then really knew how addictive it could be, and he became addicted. And he had a drug problem with painkillers and all that other stuff for about 25 years. This special, Who Killed Michael Jackson, looks into the last days and years of Michael Jackson's life by bringing forth a lot of stuff. What do you guys think? Some people think just leave Michael Jackson alone. Some people want to know, what is it with our big superstars like Whitney Houston and Elvis Presley and drugs? I think it's going to be fascinating, but Harvey said they had been following Michael Jackson for many years. Let's turn our attention to Tiffanydish. She has finally spoken on this unfortunate incident. She is accused of molestation. Tiffanydish says she knows people have a ton of questions, but because if it's a legal case, she really can't talk about it. But she said that these are lies and she will not be shaken down. Okay, Tiffanydish and fellow comedian and actor Aries Spears are named in this lawsuit by a 22-year-old woman who says this incident happened with her brother. Apparently, they were promised, we're going to get you on TV. And a sketch was filmed that was intended to be funny, but they realized this ain't funny at all. The woman is a longtime family friend of Tiffanydish. Tiffany says she deeply regrets this whole incident. She says she realized it's not funny at all. It happened back in 2014 before the fame. Because remember, it was 2016 with Girls Trip that Tiffany just really blew up. Now they're saying during the taping of this skit that Tiffany was witnessing what Aries Spears was doing with the little boy. I don't know how you talk yourself out of this. I love Tiffanydish. I don't know how you talk yourself out of it. It happened before she became famous. Will this ruin her career? She's been working steadily. Stand-up, movies, comedy, drama. A lot of people get upset. I'm going to tell you something. Y'all know my favorite saying. People who do always upset people who don't. Tiffany's a doer, and she was doing it all. Well, this incident ruined her career. Get ready for the Woman King. Viola Davis's new movie comes out September 16th based on a true story on one of the most powerful nations in Africa during the 18th and 19th centuries, and women were in charge. Essence Magazine are featuring the ladies of the Woman King in their digital edition of Essence Magazine. And is Singer Adele married? She's dating sports agent Rich Paul. She said in an interview a couple weeks ago she was obsessed with him. She wants more kids. This is a great time for Adele. She's going to be kicking off her Las Vegas residency, but she recently bought a $58 million home for her and Rich Paul. And she was giving this thank you on social media, saying thank you from the Pauls. Is Adele Mrs. Adele Paul? She says she was obsessed with him. People wondered, she had this ring on. Was she engaged? Will she surprise us and be married to Rich Paul? I guess we're going to have to see. Leave your comments. Give us a thumbs up if you like the video. I know we're short and sweet, but we're going to have plenty of stuff tomorrow. But I threw out a lot of questions, so answer the questions. Give us a thumbs up. Leave a comment. And you know what? Don't just watch the channel. Subscribe to the channel because it's big hair, it's curls, it's scoop, it's all of that. I'm Patty Jackson. I am your auntie of pop culture.